Welcome back. Don Schuster planted his first crop of pumpkins in 1994, and the rest, as they say, is history. 27 years later, Schuster's farm in Deerfield is one of southern Wisconsin's most popular fall attractions. This year, you can still get lost in Don's 8-acre corn maze or ride the wagon to pick your pumpkin from his 14-acre field. But there are a few changes, too. Joining us to talk about that is Don himself. Good morning, Don.
Good morning.
Thanks so much for talking to us. I really wish I was down there at the farm with you. I can almost smell those delicious apple donuts that you make from here. But I know that you're still making that.
Right now.
The fun is still going on, but you are making some new changes. So I wanted to talk about that. What are some of the biggest changes that people will notice when they visit Schuster's this year?
Well, we're doing the social distancing. You said a pumpkin ride out to the hay ride out to the pumpkin patch. We have you walking out to the pumpkin patch, and with those big hay wagons, we're still doing hay rides, but with the thousands of people that go, how long it would take to do a hay ride to the pumpkin patch, we've cut the hay ride to the pumpkin patch out. That's probably one of the biggest things. You can't get into any of the buildings here on the farm. Everything is going curbs or out the windows. If you really want some of our stuff, we have a curbside, so you can order online or by phone, and we'll bring it right to your car. All of our staff has masks on. So yeah, there's been a lot of changes. It was a real hard decision to decide if we were going to open up or not, and the way the people are coming out and how bored they are in town, we've been quite popular.
I'm so glad you did open up. It has to be a strange year for you because you can't even really necessarily gauge families' reactions since their mouths and their smiles undoubtedly are covered up with those masks. But you mentioned that you can still get things. I'm very concerned about the donuts. You can still order those online. I know that's for people's safety. What are some changes that people might not notice but you've had to adapt to and make?
We're cleaning all the time. The biggest thing is just trying to figure out how to keep people social distant. We're telling our staff to make sure they, don't congregate. Behind the scenes stuff like that. I sure hope this goes away because Corona sucks. It's been a very trying year. There's no doubt about it. And I know all my colleagues around the state are doing the same thing around the country. And we want to make sure that we're not the place that, you guys are coming out and say, hey, there was an outbreak. We're doing everything possible to not have that happen.
Thank you for being so responsible and also providing such a fun a fun place for families to go every weekend. That's what I'm trying to say. There's also something that is returning. You have your haunted forest. I know that's one of the big draws.
Yes.
Can you talk about what that is? Because I want anyone who hasn't gone to know about this. It's really neat.
Well, we've been doing a haunted forest for over 14 years. We've built it to a point where we're at capacity before the virus hit. So that was a tough one because how do we get a couple thousand people on a hayride down to the woods, back up here, social distancing. So everything now this year is time ticketing. So if you want to get to see the haunted forest, you got to buy a ticket online, and we have only so many people get on the wagon, and we have lights down there so it tells you where to stand. And after you get in, then we have 30, 40 actors that are waiting for you with all kinds of different props, and it's also some of my actors I thought I was going to have to put a chain on them to keep them 6 feet away because they're so used to being right in your face. It's been a real challenge to try to scare people. It's a different scare than it has been in the years past. But we're going less than 0.5% because it's this volume and trying to move that many people down that far. It's just almost impossible to do. So we've limited the tickets quite a bit.
Don, thank you so much for adapting to all these changes. I love your farm. I love heading out there myself every year. Please save some donuts and maybe a caramel apple. I like the one with Reese's Pieces on it. Save that for me. I'll be out later this season.
Oh, okay. Is that a hint? All right.
It is. Subtle hint. Thank you so much, Don. And we want to remind everyone at home that they can buy tickets. Have a great day. We want to remind everyone at home you can buy tickets for a weekday or weekend trip to Schuster's Farm on schustersfarm.com. They're open now through November 1st. Meanwhile, at 7:44 this morning, it's going to be a picture-perfect day for pumpkin picking. Little chilly, though. Sunshine is back for the second half of the weekend, and that's just the start of the good news weather. Chris will have our full forecast right after this. But first, a reminder, if you have a little kid turning 3 years old soon, please let us know so we can show their picture and help celebrate them right here on News 3.